I am one that is, and this is another LEGO Transformers video. Let me introduce to you the Cybertronian Payload Scout and the Cybertronian Rail Tank. Let's first start off with the small space plane. This guy was supposed to be called Sparfin, but an Autobot, but he actually didn't live up to the name. Actually, I like him for what he is now. It's a little bit cartoony with the giant cockpit and the chassis being thicker than it should be for aerodynamic efficiency, little tiny wings, and as you can see, there's a lot of joints that are exposed, and I think you can figure out, even by looking at his alt mode, that this transformation is quite simple. For size comparison, here's Darth Vader. I'm sure you all have these common parts, and I'll go step by step to show you what could be hidden in these, but it should be exposed enough for everyone to see what I actually used, like the droid arms and the clicky joints. Still haven't found the right terminology for them. Anyways, I based this type of transformation off the early G1 type mini-bots, where they would just cover their heads and tuck in their arms with other various alt mode parts. And that's about it. He just covers his head with his legs, which make up the chassis slash hull of the spaceship mode. Oh dear, and that's a big problem too. Having these size Transformers, you can't really choose how big your head is. Sure, I know a lot of you out there know how to make simple and nice looking small heads proportion to your robots, but right now this is all I can manage. Let's get a better video framing, and that's it. His legs are made out of these bricks. You can see them, you can guess what they are. And such a weird camera angle. Thank you, one that is mastery of weird angles. Focus, there. And his hips are made out of blasters, and stud friction again helps out with this. And his feet are made out of those simple hinges. I don't recommend using these type of legs, because if the upper torso is heavy enough, it will crumble underneath the weight. And again, the arms are the same thing, blasters, and those angled 1x1 bricks with the hole in them. And here's the hands. Yes, very simple hands, but I think they work fine. They're minifigure legs. Making sure that I get as much usage of hard to use pieces. And yes, it is kind of chunky and janky, but it works out for this size. Of course, out there right now there are much better LEGO pieces suited for this type of posability and brick mass displacement. For now, this is what you got. His belly does collapse inside him just like that. I don't know what exactly I could have done to remedy such a hollow stomach, but this is what I did with the rest of my pieces after everything was built. The cockpit just hangs off there, and if it does, if I created it to do this, but I don't think that looks great at all. It makes him look like have a really low backpack. So there are some models, I know, mecha enthusiasts out there have giant backpacks. Check out Code Geass. Those nightmare frames. They have the pilots sitting right in the backpacks. But anyways, this is the Lego Cybertronian Payload Scout in its robot mode. Very skeleton-y. It's very fragile. The wings turn up to be on its legs. You might not like that, but when you make your own, you can do whatever you want. Scale it up. When you scale things up, you get more opportunity to put things around, like the wings could have ended up on the arms right here, and it wouldn't be in the way in the legs, and you could get more posability out of them. You could have made a better head suited to the character you'd like. The backpack could have actually turned into maybe a stomach, just like Starscream and so many other different timelines. But yeah, I gave him little blasters on the arm. He doesn't have any... Oh, he does! Okay, I don't even know. He can rotate his arm by that joint. Haha, it's been so long! So long. And does he grow up to be a sizable Transformer? Yes, here's Darth Vader again. He does turn into a pretty tall Transformer, but as you heard from all that moving around bit I did, he sounds really fragile, and I wouldn't throw him against the wall. I made my Transformers to be, see you later, Darth Vader, to be durable, to, like, you can move them around and shake them about, use a lot of joints, but this one's a bit different where, well, use stud friction, which never holds. Never holds. But there you have it. Sparfin, the Cybertronian Payload Scout in robot mode. Now on to the next one. This is the Cybertronian Rail Tank. You might already notice that he is basically Direct's version 2.0. Much smaller, much more compact, and I don't know about you, but I think I did a good job in hiding the joints and his robot mode. As you can see, the turret doesn't move. He's basically an artillery piece. But I gave him nice wheels. And he doesn't seem to suffer from falling apart or shaken about. There are problems with this, of course. I don't have all the pieces at my disposal. And, well, I'm just making excuses now, aren't I? About the size of Transformer, Lego Transformer, mind you. Let's put in Darth Vader. Yeah, not so bad. Of course, by the bricks you understand that there are a lot of pieces that are going to be getting in the way. And, well, when you're making something this big, you gotta remember that there is a danger point in how much you actually want to put on as decoration / pieces that you really need, because you need to conserve weight so he doesn't crumble under all that mass on his upper torso. Legs are really important when you're making size Transformer. Down here, notice this is one of my first really good, besides from Steel Ronok from the years ago, really good land Transformers. It rolls on all wheels, it's level. That's the thing with any type of wheel-based, land-based Transformer. You gotta make your wheels on the same level, or else it won't roll. So first off, I take this off. Actually, let's go back a few steps, and this guy's transformation is very simple. In this mode, actually, he's sitting down and touching his toes while tucking his head into his belly. I will show you anyways. It's been a long, long time. These were just braces to keep the legs in place. It does come up to have a lot of upper body backpack syndrome, and well, I can't escape that now, even though I am, well, in all my power viable to change this. It's just not gonna happen at this point. See, just sitting down. These are his legs. Just flip out like in G1. They just flipped out and formed legs. I don't know how simple that is. On the joints I actually use, it's again the Lego Knights joints. I haven't gotten anything new, and they work out. And I know that there are actually better joints than these out there. So if you do have them, use them properly. I don't mean properly. Use them creatively. I think that's gonna fill in all those gaps. And there. Okay. He is kind of tall for this camera, so I'll try to show him off as best as I can. Here, again, just covered his head. This is his head here, much bigger, much more posable. His arms, show him to you this way, just like that. Then flip him down, do the same thing to the other arm, of course. Just like that. Hopefully you saw all that. This is him without his chest piece on. That's it. That's about it. Yeah, his proportions are kind of off, giving him gorilla type proportions with long arms and close to the ground and whatnot. And all this mess in the background it's customizable. I made it this way, but when you make your own, I think you can get away with, well, I think you can be creative enough to put all these wheel parts on his legs so he has more weight on his legs and he doesn't fall over or have any terrible trips and whatnot when you're moving about. Sorry if my hand gets in the way, but I'm just here to suggest things on how to make these guys. And there he is. The Cybertronian Rail Tank in Robot Mode, or Direct's version 2.0 in Robot Mode. How am I gonna... Yep, he fell over. What broke off? What broke off? Oh wow, nothing broke off except for one of these things. I made these things. I made my Transformers to be durable, so that if they do fall down, even if it's just by falling down on their backs, they do not get destroyed. Anyways, let's get on with the video. I did a special thing here. I gave him a Gundam hand. Now, these are decorations. Hands, heads, whatever, are just decorations. So I wanted to give him more character. So even though his arms is drastically misproportionate, I gave him some posable hands. Something you can give your creations. But if you're really purist and you don't want to use anything but Lego, yes, there are some actual parts that you can use to make efficient hands. But right now, the best hands I can make are the minifigure hands right here. And oh, that's not all that impressive, now is it? These were supposed to be just his cannon arms, but I wanted him to have modular weapon / hand. So these days, when accessories aren't really wanted, you just have weapons transforming out of their arms and whatnot. And yeah, you see that a lot these days. Now, he is kind of huge. He is kind of back heavy with all this stuff here. And I still think he's successful. And he can be built on, well, I don't recommend it. He can still be based on a lot of fundamental things. That does he stand? Is he successful? Does he move well in his robot mode? I think so. And I know people out there on YouTube or on mock pages, I don't know. I know they can make awesome robots. I know they can make awesome vehicles. They just need to combine those two and make them into Transformers. It's like a puzzle. It's fantastic. I might be rambling, but I can put these down and spin them around so they can get out of the way some more. So they're like giant tailcoats made out of wheels. Just put them like that. Cram it this way. And yeah, he's starting to buckle on his own legs. His arms are modular. They can go down like this. Maybe give him more armor if you so choose. Yeah, his head is not really that great. Again, very simple. I know there are a lot of artists out there that do fantastic things with Lego. And I want to challenge everyone to make something better than what I've done here and shown you today. It's really not that hard. As you can see, he was just he's falling over. And I know people can remedy that. I'm showing everybody my problems, and that's not good video at all. Even though I'd like to disagree with that. These are his legs. I don't know. I just like chunky robots, and I don't know what else to say. Even finagling him around to get him into a proper robot stance. Proper robot stance. And let's get Darth Vader in there for a size comparison. Hello, Darth Vader. There! He's huge! Why not, eh? And I know people can make something better than this. Now, what am I actually trying to explain by showing you these guys? I'm trying to show you how to use your parts and what you can make out of them. Even though you may not have these parts, I'm encouraging creativity and trying to evoke and suggest some sort of ingenuity. These all here took me time and effort, mostly trial and error, to get to these. Of course, he was based off of a previous model, but that's still it. Like I said, upgrading is not bad. Simplifying things is not bad. It makes it actually better, more efficient. He still needs a lot of work because he falls down if he stands up most of the time in crazy poses like the ones I showed you in this video. And though this might be forthcoming, very obvious, yeah, you can even do this. In the eyes of many out there, I'm gonna do the terrible thing of actually comparing myself to other builders. Yes, there are more creative builders and such out there. On YouTube, I haven't seen a lot of people who try to not express their usage of parts and making Transformers. There are people who actually do that, and they're great. But I haven't seen people explain what they've done. I don't make reviews. These were never going to be reviews. These were just, yeah, actually, they were kind of like reviews. I was going to show off what I've built. But I always wanted to inspire people. So hopefully, in some way, this video I made inspired you to continue with Lego and whatever you build. I am one that is. And I'll see you next time.